It was another busy day at Whiff's waste dump on the island of Sodor. There was always plenty to do, and Scruff and Whiff were never happier than when they were collecting garbage.
Let's get scrunching!
Ready to roll, Scruff?
Ready to roll, Whiff!
It was messy work, but Whiff and Scruff didn't mind. They were doing a really useful job, and they didn't care how dirty they looked.
There's some cars to be collected from a siding at Tidmouth's sheds.
Leave it to me, Whiff. I'm on my way.
Now, Scruff didn't mind looking scruffy, but some of the other engines couldn't understand how he could bear it.
Dear, oh dear, such a messy engine.
Oh, I'd hate to be that dirty.
If I looked that scruffy, I'd stay in my shed.
It doesn't bother me. I'm happy just the way I am. Right, let's get you cars back to the waste dump and get scrunching.
At Knapford Station, Scruff saw Sir Topham Hatt and stopped to say good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, my!
Scruff, your paint is peeling, and you're starting to rust.
Maybe I could just have the rust scraped off, sir.
Oh, no, no, no. That won't do at all.
There's only one way to get rid of rust. You'll need to be repainted.
Repainted?
Scruff was horrified. He didn't even like being washed. And he was sure he wouldn't like being repainted.
You must deliver those cars and get yourself along to the steamworks immediately. Being repainted is the only answer.
Repainted? Oh.
Once Scruff had delivered his cars, he went to the steamworks to be repainted.
Oh.
Welcome, welcome, my friend. Sir Topham Hatt tells me you need repainting.
Well, actually...
Splendid! We shall have you shiny and sparkling in no time.
Hello, Scruff. This way. Let's get you sanded down and patched up.
Scruff was scrubbed and scraped, sanded down, patched up, painted and polished. And he did not enjoy it one little bit. When all the work was finished, he just wanted to get back to the waste dump and get back to work.
I knew that wouldn't be any fun.
Scruff, my friend. So stylish, so elegant.
I don't know what you mean, Victor.
He's right. You look great.
Look at me. I'm shiny and sparkling.
What do you think, Scruff?
I look wonderful.
Well, if you're happy, then we're happy.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Kevin. I feel like a new engine.
Scruff was so happy. His paintwork was gleaming, and he felt on top of the world. All the other engines were very impressed.
Very nice, Scruff.
A huge improvement.
You're almost as bright and shiny as me now.
Back at the waste dump, Whiff had a lot of work to do.
Hello, Whiff. What do you think? Do you like my shiny new paintwork?
Very nice, Scruff. But I'm glad you're back. It's getting very busy, and I really need some help.
Help?
If you could just move those cars over there, please.
I can't do that, Whiff. I might get my new paintwork dusty.
Oh, well, maybe you could shift those wagons on siding 3.
Sorry, Whiff. I don't want to get my new paintwork covered in messy old oil. Maybe I should look for a new job that isn't so messy.
Thomas was collecting passengers at Knapford Station when Scruff arrived, looking for a new job.
Hello, Thomas.
Hello, Scruff. You look very clean and shiny.
And I hope to stay that way. So I was wondering if you'd let me pull Annie and Clarabelle today.
But that's my job, Scruff.
And you have your own job, Scruff. At the waste dump.
Not anymore. I can't stay clean while I'm working at that dirty, smelly, oily, dusty old dump.
Scruff went everywhere looking for a new job.
Hello, Percy.
Hi, Scruff. I love your new paintwork.
Thanks. I was wondering if I could pull the mail train today.
But that's my job. Your job is at the waste dump.
Everyone had their own special work to do. Nobody wanted to swap with Scruff.
Pull my express? Don't be ridiculous. You're much too small and slow to pull the express. Anyway, your job is at the waste dump.
But I'm shiny and clean now.
You may be shiny and clean, but if you don't do your job, then you're not a really useful engine anymore.
Poor Scruff was horrified. Deep down, he knew that what Gordon said was true. Every engine wants to be really useful. Back at the waste dump, Whiff was busier than ever.
Muddle and mess! I'll be in big trouble if Sir Topham Hatt sees this.
Hello, Whiff.
Can't stop, Scruff. Too much to do. Cars of trash coming through.
Well, maybe I could help.
No, Scruff. Watch out. You don't want to get your beautiful new paintwork dirty.
Don't worry. I'll be extra careful.
Then there was trouble.
Scruff! Watch out!
Garbage dropped from the crane. Scruff was covered in horrible, stinky, mucky mess.
Oh, no! Your lovely new paintwork.
It's all right, Whiff. Getting dirty is part of the job. Come on, let's get scrunching!
Working together, Whiff and Scruff sorted out all the garbage. Soon, everything at the waste dump was back to normal. And so was Scruff.
Welcome back, Scruff. Glad to have you back on the team.
Glad to be back, Whiff. I'd rather be a really useful engine than a really shiny engine any day.
On the island of Sodor, Sir Topham Hatt is very proud of his engines. He likes them to be on time, puffing proudly, and always helping each other to be really useful. One morning, Thomas puffed into Brendam Docks.
Good morning, Salty. Good morning, Edward.
My, your cheeks are as red as me paintwork, me hearty.
I know. I've been pushing and pulling heavy cars all morning, and I still have a lot of jobs to do.
Suddenly, Sir Topham Hatt raced into the docks in Winston. He's scrunched to a stop by Thomas.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Thomas. Today is my birthday, and I am to go shopping with Lady Hat and Dowager Hat.
Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you, Thomas. I would like you to take Winston on your jobs today. Winston is new to Sodor. It is important that he sees what it is to be really useful.
Thomas beamed from buffer to buffer.
Of course, sir. Right away, sir.
and then come back to meet me here at tea time.
Shiver me timbers, me hearties. I remember a story that Edward told me about a birthday surprise for Sir Topham Hatt when he was just a young man.
Thomas's firebox fizzed.
Tell us, Salty.
Salty smiled.
Well now, this goes back a long way, me hearties. Back when Edward first arrived on Sodor. Every year, on his birthday, Sir Topham Hatt and Edward would visit all of the stations on the railway and have a slice of birthday cake with the passengers, always in his favourite carriage, the oldest carriage on Sodor, even older than Edward.
He loved riding in that carriage. I remember his smile. It would light up the sky.
Thomas and Winston listened. Even Cranky stopped cranking. Their eyes were wide with wonder.
Ah, 'tis a pity nobody has seen that carriage for years. Anyways, I've jobs to do, and so have ye.
Thomas pumped his pistons.
We must hurry now, Winston. I have a lot to do.
Of course, Thomas. Ready when you are.
But Winston wasn't thinking about jobs. He was thinking about Sir Topham Hatt and his birthday. Thomas puffed into Marin Station.
Hurry, please. I have a lot to do. Now, Winston, we must hurry to Farmer Trotter's farm with the apples for his pigs.
But Winston didn't answer. Because Winston wasn't there.
Winston? Winston, where are you?
I was trying to look for something.
Looking for things is not being really useful. Come along. No time to lose.
Winston wanted to say more, but Thomas wasn't interested in what Winston was trying to do. Thomas had jobs to do. Thomas pulled into Farmer Trotter's farm.
Here are your apples, Farmer Trotter.
Thank you, Thomas. You're just in time and really useful.
That made Thomas very happy.
Now, Winston, we must hurry to the Whispering Woods to pick up some logs.
But Winston didn't answer because Winston wasn't there.
Winston? Winston, where are you?
I'm sorry, Thomas. I was looking for...
Looking for things is not being really useful. Being on time is. Come along.
Winston wanted to say more, but Thomas was already steaming away to his next job. At the Whispering Woods, the workman was happy to see Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas!
Now I have to hurry back to Sir Topham Hatt for tea time. Ready, Winston?
But Winston didn't answer because Winston wasn't there.
Winston? Winston, where are you?
I think I might have found something.
We don't have time to find things, Winston. Sir Topham Hatt will be waiting. Please go in front of me. Then I won't lose you again.
So, Thomas puffed away, with Winston right in front. Winston clickety-clacked slowly on the tracks. His eyes looked left and right into the woods.
Winston, it's almost tea time. We must hurry.
Then there was trouble. Winston slowed, but Thomas didn't. He was too busy rushing to be a really careful engine. With a crash and a bang, Thomas bumped into Winston. Luckily, no one was hurt, but Thomas felt terrible.
Winston, Sir Topham Hatt asked me to show you how to be really useful, not really silly. And now, we're late for Sir Topham Hatt on his birthday.
Winston smiled. He didn't want Thomas to be upset.
But Thomas, I think I found something that will make Sir Topham Hatt very happy.
Thomas was puzzled.
What have you been looking for?
I've been looking for the carriage Sir Topham Hatt used to ride in on his birthday.
This time, Thomas was excited to hear more. Thomas was excited to know more.
Tell me, Winston.
Look, Thomas, over there.
It's the old carriage, just like Salty said. You found it, Winston. We can take it to Victor at the Steamworks. He'll clean it up, and we can give Sir Topham Hatt the biggest birthday surprise ever.
And Winston smiled his biggest smile. Thomas and Winston arrived at the docks. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting.
Thomas, you're late. Where have you been?
I'm sorry, sir, but may we show you the reason we're late? If you'll allow us, can we take you to Knapford Station?
Very well, Thomas. I will drive Winston.
Winston and Thomas smiled, and without saying another word, Thomas chuffed away. At Knapford Station, Thomas waited for Winston and Sir Topham Hatt.
Well, Thomas, why did you bring me to Knapford?
Just then, Edward chuffed into Knapford, pulling the old carriage. Sir Topham Hatt could not believe his eyes.
Oh, my! I remember this. Every year, on my birthday.
Happy birthday, sir!
Sir Topham Hatt smiled.
What a marvelous surprise! Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Winston. I can see you have both had a really useful day.
And that made Thomas and Winston happier than ever. On the island of Sodor, all the engines are very proud of their railway. They want everyone to know how proudly they puff, how hard they huff, and how cheerfully they chuff. One morning, the engines were at Tidmouth Sheds. Their boilers were bubbling. They were ready to work. Then Sir Topham Hatt arrived.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir Topham Hatt was holding a big book.
I have something to show you all. It is a book called Great Railways. Inside, there are lots of photographs of really useful mainland engines.
The engines whistled with wonder.
Today, a photographer is coming to Sodor. He will take photographs of you all. The photographs will go into Sodor's very own Great Railways book. You all have jobs to do. Puff proudly and huff your hardest. And don't delay. The photographer must leave by tea time.
The engines were very excited.
I hope the photographer will take some photographs of me delivering the mail.
I'll be photographed because I am the brightest red engine on the island.
And I will be photographed because I am the #1 tank engine.
No, Thomas. I will be photographed more than you because I am Gordon. I'm fastest and best and pull the express.
And Gordon puffed grandly away. Thomas was cross.
Gordon won't be photographed more than me. I'll make sure of that. But first, I must hurry to start my jobs at Farmer Trotter's farm.
And Thomas puffed quickly away. Thomas clickety-clacked along the tracks. The pigs from the farm snorted and snuffled. Suddenly, Thomas saw Percy ahead. And he saw the photographer. Thomas's firebox fizzed.
The photographer is waiting to take a photograph of Percy. If I hurry, I can be in Percy's photograph.
Thomas pumped his pistons and raced up to Percy. Just as the camera flashed,
Bye, Percy! Flash, bang, wallop!
Percy was so surprised, he bashed and crashed into a siding and straight into a heap of coal.
Flatten my funnel.
But Thomas didn't know. He was too busy feeling pleased with himself. Thomas puffed through Marin Station towards Farmer Trotter's farm. Gordon thundered by with the express. Thomas smiled.
I'm sure Gordon hasn't been in a photograph yet. I must find the photographer again.
Further down the track, Thomas found the photographer. He was waiting to take a photograph of James.
If I wish and whoosh, I can be in James's photograph.
Thomas's wheels whirred. He raced up to James, just as the camera went flash.
Bye, James! Flash, bang, wallop!
James was so surprised, he hit the buffers, and his wheels bounced off the track.
Rattle my rods!
But Thomas didn't know. He was too busy feeling pleased with himself. Thomas chuffed up to Farmer Trotter's farm with the pigs. Gordon steamed by.
I've been in 2 magnificent photographs.
Thomas's boiler bubbled.
I must find the photographer. If I hurry, I will be in more photographs than Gordon.
So Thomas chuffed slowly back towards Tidmouth's sheds. He was looking for the photographer. Then he found him. The photographer was waiting to take a photograph of Henry. Henry was about to go under a bridge.
If I wish and I whoosh, I can be in Henry's photograph.
Thomas rattled and raced towards the bridge, just as Henry was huffing in. Thomas whistled loud and long.
Bust my buffers, Thomas! Steady on!
The photographer was so surprised he dropped his camera.
Oh no! My camera is smashed. The photographs are ruined.
Thomas gasped.
Cinders and ashes.
Then Sir Topham Hatt stepped from Henry's cab.
Thomas, what are you doing? I hear Percy's mail cars are derailed. James hit the buffers with his freight cars of flowers. And now the camera is broken.
I'm very sorry, sir. I was racing to be in all the photographs. And now, none of us are in any photographs. And it's all my fault.
I have another camera, but it's at the docks. There isn't time to pick it up now.
Thomas's funnel fizzed.
Yes, there is, sir. I will whoosh like the wind to bring your camera to you in time.
Thomas picked up the camera and pumped his pistons. On the way to the photographer, Thomas saw Percy.
I'm very sorry, Percy. I made you biff into the siding. I have to take this camera to the photographer. Then I will come back and help you.
Then Thomas saw James. James was cross.
I'm very sorry, James. I made you biff into the buffers. I have to take this camera to the photographer. Then I will come back and help you.
The photographer was delighted to have his camera.
Here it is, sir.
Thank you, Thomas.
Now I must go and help my friends Percy and James.
Thomas's pistons pounded. Then Thomas saw Edward and Rocky. Edward was shunting Rocky to Brendam Docks.
Rocky, I need your help. Please, Edward, may I shunt Rocky to rescue Percy and James?
Of course. Happy to help, Thomas.
So Rocky was coupled up to Thomas, and off they raced to rescue James.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Rocky.
Then Thomas and Rocky helped Thomas's best friend Percy.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Rocky.
At last, Thomas chuffed into Tidmouth's sheds. It was late. He was tired.
The photographer has gone home now, Thomas.
I'm sure I was in more photographs than you, Thomas.
Thomas smiled.
I'm sure you were, Gordon. I had to help my friends, and that's more important to me than the photographs.
A few days later, Sir Topham Hatt called his engines to Knapford Station. The photographer was there. He was holding a big book.
This is the book of your railway, sir. Sodor, the Great Railway.
Thank you. I hope it is a book of really useful engines.
Then Thomas gasped.
Bubbling boilers!
The front cover was a picture of Thomas and Rocky rescuing Percy. Thomas puffed to Percy.
You and me, Percy. That's the best photograph of all.
It was winter on the island of Sodor. The fields were frosty, the tracks were icy, and the wind whistled and wheezed through the engine's wheels. But that didn't stop the engine smiling, because it was a very special day.
Tonight is the night of the Sodor Winter Festival. I will choose one of you to be this year's party engine.
Emily was excited. Each year, the party engine was covered with lights to deliver a train full of presents for the children. It was a very special.
The job will be given to whichever engine is the most helpful today. Henry, you must pick up the brass band from Knapford Station. Thomas, you must collect the party cakes from the bakery.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Please, sir. What should I do?
You must wait here, Emily. I will let you know if there is a job for you.
Emily was very disappointed.
It's not long to the party, and if I can't be helpful, I won't be chosen to pull the present train.
Just then, a big gust of wind whooshed and wheeshed and whipped Sir Topham Hatt's top hat from his head. Sir Topham Hatt was surprised.
My hat! Come back! Oh dear, I can't go to the party without my hat.
Suddenly, an idea flew into Emily's funnel.
Please, sir. I will find your hat. I am very good at finding things.
Sir Topham Hatt thought this was a splendid idea.
Thank you, Emily. That would be very helpful. Very helpful indeed.
Emily was excited. Maybe she would pull the present train after all. So Emily puffed quickly away. Emily clickety-clacked along the track.
My friends will be very happy to hear my news. I must tell them first.
So Emily stopped looking for Sir Topham Hatt's hat and started looking for her friends. Emily puffed up to a crossing. Some children were building a snowman nearby. They were having fun. Then Thomas puffed up. He was pulling his party cakes.
Hello, Emily. You look pleased.
Hello, Thomas. Sir Topham Hatt has sent me to look for his top hat. If I find it, he might make me the party engine.
That would be much more helpful than delivering party cakes. Do you think you will find it?
Of course. I'm Emily. I'm very good at finding things.
Then you probably will be given the winter party special.
Yes, I probably will.
That made Emily's firebox fizz.
I must go and tell Henry my good news. Goodbye, Thomas.
So Emily puffed off along the tracks.
Hello, Emily. I'm taking the brass band to the party. If I hurry, I might be chosen to pull the present train.
Sorry, Henry, but I will probably be given that job.
Oh, you must have been very helpful.
I was. I mean, I will be. Sir Topham Hatt has lost his top hat. I'm going to find it.
Do you think you will? The sun is setting.
Of course I will. I'm Emily. I will definitely find it.
Then you will definitely get to pull the present train. See you at the party, Emily!
Emily wheeshed along the track. She was happy. She was sure that she would be given the winter party special.
I will be the star of the party.
Soon, Emily reached the steamworks, and an idea popped into her pistons.
The sun has almost set. If I collect the present train now, it will save me time later.
So Emily chuffed cheerfully into the steamworks.
Emily, my friend, what can I do for you?
I am the winter party engine. I've come to collect the present train.
Then you have come to the right place. We will have you ready in no time.
So Emily was coupled up to the present train. Workmen decorated her with lights and holly. She looked wonderful.
Perfect. Now you're ready for the party.
Emily tingled from footplate to fender.
You must have been very helpful to be given such a special.
Rattle my rods. I still need to find Sir Topham Hatt's hat.
Emily puffed out of the steamworks as fast as her wheels would whir. But the sun had gone down. It was nighttime, and it was very dark.
Fizzling fireboxes. I shall never be able to find the top hat now.
Then there was trouble. Sir Topham Hatt arrived on Thomas. He looked stern.
Emily, why are you decorated to be the party engine? And where is my hat?
Emily felt terrible.
I'm very sorry, sir. I thought I had been the most helpful engine, but I forgot to find your hat. I don't deserve to be the party engine.
Thomas, because you were so helpful delivering the party cakes, you may pull the present train.
Thank you, sir.
Emily, you must go back into the steamworks and have the decorations removed.
Yes, sir.
In the steamworks, all the lights and decorations were taken off Emily and hung on Thomas. Thomas puffed proudly, pulling the present train. His lights sparkled. They lit up trees and hedges, fields and furrows. But Emily didn't notice. She was thinking about Sir Topham Hatt's hat. Thomas and Emily stopped at a crossing. Emily noticed that it was where she had met Thomas earlier.
This is where the children were building their snowman. Thomas, look!
And there, by the side of the tracks, was the snowman. He had a carrot for a nose, a scarf wrapped around his neck, and sitting on his head, Sir Topham Hatt's top hat.
I found Sir Topham Hatt's hat!
At the party, the children laughed and played. They were having a wonderful time. But Sir Topham Hatt wasn't happy. Just then, Thomas and Emily wheeshed into the town hall square. The children cheered and cheered to see the present train.
Please, sir, we have a present for you.
For me? My hat! Welcome back, old friend.
Sir Topham Hatt smiled a big smile.
Thank you, Emily. You are indeed a very helpful engine.
Emily felt so proud. She thought her boiler might burst.
One morning, Percy was at Wellsworth Station. He was doing his favorite job, pulling the mail train. the mail for Wellsworth was being unloaded. But Percy was daydreaming as Henry whistled from the other platform. Percy mistook a man waving a green handkerchief for the guard waving his flag. And Percy set off too soon.
Stop! You're not unloaded yet!
Percy had to wait while all the letters were recovered.
Oh, Percy, that's bad luck.
That's not bad luck, is it, Ben? Quite right, Bill. That's carelessness.
Now I'm running late.
Percy was hurrying to make up for lost time when he spotted something on the line.
Oh, no! Pumpkins on the line! Oh! What a mess! And my wheels are all gummed up and sticky.
Poor Percy would have to wait until the mess was cleared up. He wasn't having a good day.
Oh, Percy, what happened?
Oh, hero, I've been running into trouble all day.
Don't worry. You're just having an unlucky day.
Percy remembered what Thomas had said to him earlier.
Oh, Percy, that's bad luck. Bad luck, bad luck.
Percy wondered if maybe he was an unlucky engine. At Marin Station, Sir Topham Hatt had some strong words for Bill and Ben.
Your careless work this morning has caused confusion and delay. To make sure no more crates fall off your cars, one of you is going to have to push from the back.
You can be the back engine, Ben. It was your careless driving that caused the crates to bounce off. What? No way! I'm not going at the back. Okay.
At last, Percy arrived at Ulfstead Castle to deliver the mail. He mentioned his bad luck to Stephen.
Bad luck? You've still got your 4 wheels and a full set of pistons. You should count yourself a very lucky engine.
I know, but today...
You know, a lot of engines used to worry about being unlucky. Some would carry a lucky charm to bring them good luck. I still have my lucky horseshoe.
I could do with some good luck today.
I tell you what, why don't I give you my lucky horseshoe?
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much. I'm sure from now on, I'm going to be super lucky.
That's right, Percy. It's bound to make all the difference.
Percy's wheels were still sticky from hitting the pumpkins earlier. This made him jump suddenly as he started out of the station. He didn't notice the horseshoe rattle loose.
Percy! Hey, Percy! Oh, dear.
The next day, Percy was on time when he went to collect and deliver the mail. And he didn't have any accidents. In fact, Percy was having such a lucky day that Sir Topham Hatt entrusted him with a really important special.
Now then, Percy, I would like you to take this gift from me to the Duchess of Boxford.
No problem, sir.
As Percy chugged proudly up to the summer house, he put all his good luck down to his lucky charm. Later that day, things were still going well for Percy, but not so well for Bill and Ben.
This is all your fault, Ben. No, it's your fault, Bill. You were pushing too hard from the back. No, you were pulling too fast from the front.
Percy felt even luckier when he saw Bill and Ben. He wanted to help.
Bill, Why don't you try and pull Ben back to safety?
I tried that, Percy, but Ben is too heavy. I'm not heavy. Yes, you are. You weigh tons.
Maybe I can pull Ben back.
Are you sure you can do it?
Oh, yes. I've got a lucky horseshoe.
A lucky horseshoe? Where?
But it's right... It's gone. Oh no! I'm so unlucky. I've even lost my lucky charm. Oh no!
Hey, what about me?
Sorry, Ben. I can't help you now.
It's no good, Ben. I'll have to try again on my own. Whoa! Help, Bill! I'm trying! I can't hang on much longer.
Lucky charm or no lucky charm, Bill and Ben need my help.
So Percy was coupled up to Ben, and he started to pull. Then Sir Topham Hatt arrived, just in time to see little Percy pull Ben to safety.
Hooray! Phew! Thanks, Percy. Yes, thanks, Percy.
Sir Topham Hatt was very impressed.
Well done, Percy. Well done. You are a really useful engine.
Thank you, sir.
Then Percy remembered something.
Goodbye!
Now then, you two, who is going to tell me what happened this time?
It was your fault, Bill. You tell him. You're the one who came off the rails. You tell him. You pushed me.
Oh.
No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. You did. I didn't.
Percy arrived at the Ulfstead Castle grounds. He had to tell Stephen that he'd lost his lucky horseshoe.
Your horseshoe brought me luck, Stephen. It was a really lucky charm. But then... I'm so sorry. I lost it.
But Percy, it's here. When you left, you dropped it. You never had it with you in the first place.
So, all the good luck I had earlier, delivering the mail and getting the special?
That was your own luck. It happens. Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
You know, Stephen, I don't think I believe in lucky charms anymore.
Well, I don't really believe in lucky charms either. I was just trying to cheer you up.
Thank you, Stephen. It worked.
Well, that was lucky then.
Percy realized that he didn't need a lucky charm to do his job. He just had to work hard and believe that he could be a really useful engine. It was a hot, sunny day on the island of Sodor. Thomas was making his way to Knapford Station with Annie and Clarabel. Sir Topham Hatt had asked Thomas to work on the main line, pulling the local. But first, he needed to fill up his water tank. Gordon was waiting for Percy to bring his coaches so he could pull the express.
Where are my coaches? I shouldn't be kept waiting.
Maybe you should fetch your own coaches, Gordon.
Oh, big engines like me don't fetch their own coaches. I pull the express, the most important passenger train on the island of Sodor.
Local trains are important, too.
Local trains are too slow. They stop at every station. The express only stops at big, important stations.
At last, Percy arrived with Gordon's coaches. And Thomas went to the water tower to fill up his tanks.
Make way for the express!
Paxton was hurrying down from the Blue Mountain Quarry with a big load of stone. He didn't know that Gordon was approaching from the other direction. The signal changed to red just as Paxton was approaching it. He had to stop very quickly.
Express coming through!
A big stone flew out of one of Paxton's cars and bashed off Gordon's boiler.
Sorry, Gordon. Are you okay? That stone gave you a nasty thump.
Yes, Paxton, I'm fine. You can't damage a big, strong engine like me so easily.
You should be checked for damage, though, Gordon.
Nonsense! I have to hurry. The express must not be late.
And Gordon hurried on his way without waiting to be checked over. Gordon hadn't gone very far when his boiler began to run dry.
That's funny. I thought I had plenty of water.
Luckily, there was a water tower just ahead.
I'd better stop and fill up again.
But the passengers were not very happy. They didn't want to be late. Gordon hurried on his way as quickly as he could. But he hadn't gone very far when his boiler felt dry again.
I can't keep stopping for water, or I'll be very late. I must think about something else.
So Gordon decided to see how many stations he could think of.
Let's see. Tidmouth, Knapford, Crosby, Wellsworth, Maron, Cronk, a lake. Oh!
But then he passed a lake. He started to think about needing water for his boiler.
Mustn't think about it. Must keep going. This is the express.
Next, Gordon passed a stream. He could hear the lovely watery sound. So he whistled very loudly to take his mind off it. But when he came to the next water tower, he had to stop. The passengers were very cross. They were saying they thought this was a fast train, not a slow train. Gordon needed water. His boiler was almost empty.
Sit back, everyone. I'll be very fast now. Just you watch.
At last, Gordon arrived at Wellsworth Station. He stopped to let passengers on and off.
You're running very late today, Gordon.
Oh, I'll make up the time, Henry. You'll see.
But no sooner was Gordon out of the station than his boiler started to feel dry again.
I mustn't stop. I mustn't stop. I need to be fast. I need to be fast.
Gordon saw another water tower, but this time he didn't stop.
The next train will not be stopping at this station. Please stand well away from the edge of the platform.
Express coming through!
Gordon tried to keep himself going.
Hurry! Hurry! Express coming through!
But he simply didn't have enough steam, and soon he couldn't turn his wheels at all. Thomas was chugging happily along with Annie and Clarabelle when he noticed a wet trail on the track.
I wonder what that could be.
Then Thomas saw Gordon standing up ahead with the express.
What's the matter, Gordon? Why have you stopped here? This isn't a station.
I've run out of steam.
Ah, you must have a leak in your boiler. I saw a trail of water on the line.
A leak in my boiler? How could that happen to a big, strong engine like me?
Hello, Thomas. Hello, Gordon.
Then Gordon remembered.
The stone!
Gordon had a hole in his boiler. where the stone had bashed him.
Oh, the indignity! I should have listened to you, Paxton. I should have been checked over after the stone bashed into me.
Well, yes. Don't worry, Gordon. I'll take your passengers. I may not be as fast as you, but I have a full boiler.
And I can shunt you to the steamworks, Gordon. I may not be as fast as you, but I am very strong.
So Thomas took Gordon's passengers in Annie and Clarabelle, and Paxton shunted Gordon's empty coaches onto a siding. Then Paxton tried to push Gordon, but Gordon wouldn't budge.
Gordon, have you got your, brakes on?
Maybe.
Well, take them off, won't you? How can I push you with your brakes on?
Gordon was very proud. He didn't want to be pushed. But if Gordon didn't let Paxton push him, he wouldn't be going anywhere at all.
Oh.
So Gordon took his brakes off and let Paxton push him to the steamworks. Everyone was very surprised to see Gordon being shunted along the main line. He wasn't a very fast engine now.
Oh, the indignity!
Gordon arrived at the steamworks to have his boiler repaired. Soon he looked as good as new. But the other engines still thought it was funny that Gordon had let his boiler run dry.
Don't forget to fill your tank up, Gordon. Steam engines need to have water.
And watch out for flying stones!
Gordon was not amused, but he was much more careful about looking after his boiler.
All the engines on the island of Sodor have different jobs. Percy pulls the mail. Salty shunts at Brendam docks. Henry pulls the flying kipper. Gordon thunders with the express. Toby and Mavis work at Farquhar Quarry. Edward, James, and Emily haul freight as well as passenger trains. And Thomas huffs and puffs on his branch line. Whiff is the garbage engine. He likes to collect all the garbage on Sodor. One morning, Whiff puffed into Brendam docks. He was delivering empty garbage cars. Spencer was there. He had brought the mayor to the docks to meet a friend from the morning boat.
Thank you, Spencer. You've huffed and puffed very hard. You're strong, fast, and loud. You are a very grand engine indeed.
This made Spencer happy.
Yes, I know.
Whiff wished with wonder at Spencer's grandness. Just then, Sir Topham Hatt arrived.
Whiff, there are cars of garbage blocking the tracks. You are to collect them all. The tracks must be clear before the mayor returns this evening.
Grand engines don't collect garbage cars, Whiff. To be a grand engine, you must be strong, fast, and loud. And you'll never be any of those.
And Spencer steamed smugly away. Spencer's words bubbled in Whiff's boiler.
I'm just Whiffy Whiff. But I wish I was grand.
Whiff puffed up to a junction. He saw a garbage car waiting to be collected on the left track. On the right track, he saw Emily pulling heavy coal cars. An idea popped in his pistons.
Strong engines are grand engines. If I could pull one of Emily's heavy cars, I could be a grand engine.
So Whiff didn't take the left track to the garbage car. He puffed up to Emily instead.
Hello, Emily. Can I help you with those coal cars?
They are very heavy, Whiff. And I have to take them all the way to the coal hopper.
Don't worry. I'm a strong engine.
Emily was surprised.
Thank you, Whiff.
So Whiff was coupled up to some of Emily's coal cars. Whiff chuffed happily away.
Goodbye, Emily! Now I'm a strong engine, so I'm almost a grand engine.
Whiff chuffed happily to a junction. On the right track, Whiff saw a garbage car waiting to be collected. On the left track, he saw Edward pulling flatbeds of fence posts. Edward was looking worried, so Whiff didn't take the right track to the garbage car. He chuffed up to help Edward instead.
Hello, Edward. What's wrong? I'm late. I still have to deliver these fence posts to Farmer McCall. I'll help. I'm very fast, and my pistons are pumping to go.
Edward was surprised.
Thank you, Whiff.
So Whiff was coupled up to some of Edward's flatbeds and puffed quickly away.
Goodbye, Edward! Now I'm a fast engine and a strong engine. I'm nearly a grand engine. Here comes a big bend. I must blow my whistle.
Then an idea fizzed in his firebox.
Grand engines are loud engines. I'll blow my whistle as loud as I can.
With huffed and puffed, he whistled his loudest whistle. Then there was trouble. Percy had stopped in the middle of the track, and with a crash and a bash, Whiff smashed into him. Luckily, no one was hurt.
Bust my buffers.
Percy, why did you stop there?
Because your garbage cars are blocking the track, Whiff.
Oh, no! I haven't collected any of the garbage cars. Sir Topham Hatt will be cross.
Whiff felt terrible, and he didn't feel grand.
I'm sorry, Percy.
Percy wished.
Now I'm worried that I'll be late to pick up my mail cars.
Whiff gasped. Percy was never late with his mail cars. Whiff thought Percy was a grand engine. He always did his job well. Whiff's boiler bubbled. Whiff knew what he had to do.
Of course! If I do my job well, then I can be a grand engine after all, just like Percy.
Whiff was coupled up to the garbage cars and chuffed happily away.
Thank you, Whiff!
Whiff clickety-clacked along the tracks.
First, I must deliver the coal cars and the fence posts. Then, I will rattle and race to pick up the rest of the garbage cars.
Whiff was happy with his decision and whistled a cheery hello as he chuffed through Knapford Station. So, first, Whiff delivered the fence posts to Farmer McCall.
Thank you, Whiff.
Farmer McCall was happy. He could now repair his fence and keep his sheep and cows from straying onto the tracks. Then, Whiff delivered the coal cars. Now there'd be enough coal for all the engines who needed to stop at the hopper. Now Whiff had to collect all the garbage cars. He was fast. He was strong. And he was very loud. At Wellsworth, Whiff saw Spencer. Spencer sniffed snootily.
Phew. I see you're still Whiffy Whiff, the smelly garbage engine. You'll never be a grand engine like me.
Whiff smiled.
Sorry, Spencer, I have to hurry. These cars are heavy, and I have to take them to the garbage dump.
Just then, Gordon pulled in with the express. The mayor and Sir Topham Hatt were on board.
Well done, Whiff. All the tracks were clear. You have been a really useful engine.
And a grand one.
Thank you, sir.
Then, Whiff the Grand beamed from buffer to buffer.